Hello everybody, welcome to another pick a card reading. Today we are going to describe you, the viewer, through the eyes of someone you have in mind. So this person could be someone you're involved with romantically. It could be a platonic connection, so a family member, parent, sibling. It could be a friend or co-worker, maybe your boss. Just have them in mind, and we're going to tap into their higher self and see what they have to say about you. In addition, we'll also channel messages that, again, their higher self may have for you at this time. Okay? So have your person in mind. Today we have 4 piles to choose from that are already pre-shuffled. So we have Group 1 with the Tiger's Eye, Group 2 with the Kyanite, Group 3 with the green calcite, and then Group 4 with the citrine crystal. So feel free to pause the video if you need to, and head to the timestamps below to check out your pile, and I'll see you there. Hello Group 1, if you've chosen this pile or the tiger stone crystal, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to describe you through the eyes of a person you have in mind, and we're going to tap into the highest version of themselves. So what would their higher self say about you? Okay, so we'll put the crystal up here. So we have 3 oracle cards to start. Oh, well, you got 2 that fell out from the spirit animal wisdom deck. So the first card we have is friendship. The next card we have is Manipura in reverse. The next, oh, I guess I'll move these over since we have 2. This card is, these don't come in reverse, Gaia's Gateway, access Earth's inner wisdom. And then the last oracle card we have Snake, Kundalini Rising. Channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. Okay, so these are the oracle cards, and then I'll pull some additional tarot in just a moment. Let me get a feel here. How would your person describe you? They, first and foremost, they would describe you as somebody that they truly care about. This could be, so regardless if you're asking about a friend or a romantic situation, they see you as a good friend, or even a family member. They see you as somebody who is a good friend. Perhaps they are a good friend of yours, or they have seen you interact with your friends. They see you as somebody who is, by their definition, a good friend. Solid is the word I'm getting. You're there for your friends, you support them, you make time for them and be present with them. And again, however way they may describe you as a friend, they see you as that. And I'm getting, for the most part, for most of the people who chose this group, perhaps you are asking about a friend of yours. And so, yeah, they do see you as a good, solid friend, someone that they can rely on and go to if they need help, or if they need some lightheartedness in their life. Perhaps you have history with this person. They would describe you as somebody who they have a lot of experience with. And even if you're asking about someone you're romantic with, they still see you at the basis and core of your connection as a good friend. They would describe you as even perhaps their best friend, which is awesome in a romantic situation. But apply it how it resonates for you. with the Manipura here in reverse, Manipura is the third chakra, third out of 7. It's depicted by color yellow. So it's also called the solar plexus, and it's like right below our belly button. It's like between our sacrum and our belly button. It's around that general area, and in this area is our where our ego is. So if our solar plexus is unbalanced, or either overactive or underactive, we'll see that effect in how we see ourselves. And of course, how we see ourselves affects how we portray ourselves and allow ourselves to be out in the world. And so how this person would describe you is you possibly have troubles believing in yourself and trusting in what you're capable of. So again, whereas some people may have an overactive ego, and where their ego is huge, and I mean, again, not to say anything bad about ego, like we all need ego, but it's a matter of how balanced it is and how we use it. And so this person would describe you as someone who can possibly be more. Okay, let me describe that further. They see you as somebody who has a light within you that isn't fully expressed, and they believe that they would describe you as someone who's very humble, almost to the point of just overly humble, where you don't even believe in yourself and believe that you're worth being acknowledged. So this person would describe you, they would say that you, and this is coming from a place of compassion, like, because again they've had many experiences with you, they see you as a good friend, as somebody who is, you know, worthy of receiving attention and love. They would describe you as somebody who can put yourself out there more, and who probably has worth and credibility to brag. Like, they would probably brag for you. If they were describing you, they would say, like, this person did this and has done that, and they like, this is like, again, I'm tapping into like a friend. Like, I feel like most people who chose this group, you're asking about a friend, how a friend would describe you, and they would just brag about how awesome you are, because they know that you wouldn't say that or do that for yourself, because you're so humble, and there's a level of humility in you which is beautiful and awesome. And so if this person isn't the type to do that for you, they wish that you would do that more for yourself, as in, like, feel unapologetic when talking about yourself. That's what I'm getting here with the Manipura in reverse. And then here with the dragon, Gaia's gateway, access to Earth's inner wisdom. Yeah, so this person, they see you very highly. They would describe you as somebody who gives really good advice, and things that you've said to them, even if for you it was just in passing and you didn't think about it at all, they see it as, they would describe it as like very insightful. This person would describe you as insightful, and you have a lot of wisdom to share. Again, going back to here, it's like they wish that you would present yourself out more. I've said this in another reading before, but it's often said that the best leaders and the best teachers are the ones who don't even want to be a teacher or a leader, because they embody that quality of humility and humbleness, which is the perfect example. Like, good leaders are the ones who are the best examples. And so that's how this person would describe you, is that you would be such a great leader, you would be such a great teacher, even, and apply that in many levels. That could be in so many ways, like whether that's just within your friend group or your co-workers or within your family, or even on more publicly as a career. This person would describe you as somebody who has a lot to offer to not only them and to the people around you, but to the world ultimately. Access Earth's inner wisdom. Yeah, they see you as somebody who is very intelligent on so many levels. And there's a humbleness to you that, like, even if you don't, perhaps they would say that you don't even recognize this about yourself. I'm not really getting that. I think it's more so that I'm not getting that you're insecure from this person. I think they see it more as you're humble. Like, perhaps, like, you know that you are capable and strong, and you know what you have to offer, but you just don't broadcast it out. Again, because you have this quality of being humble, and that's honestly really beautiful. This person really respects you. They would describe you as somebody who is respectable and deserving to be respected in some form and manner. And then the last card, oracle card, we have Snake, Kundalini rising. Channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. Yes, so in order to activate your Kundalini, it involves having you physically, emotionally, spiritually balanced. So you can look at your chakras being balanced, and this person would describe you as somebody who has the potential of so much power, of somebody who can become something really great. And I think they see that this is in you already, and it's just a matter of you tapping in, balancing your solar plexus. Because if any of our chakras are closed, imbalanced, or blocked, then it will affect all of the other chakras, because ultimately chakras, our chakra system is energy flow. They're wheels. It's literally translated to wheels of energy. And so if you're able to balance your ego, again, not to the point where you're boasting and proud and arrogant, but just to a place where you put yourself out there more from a place of confidence and self-belief, this person would say that you could, again, just powerful. They would describe you as powerful, and you're already powerful, even just in your state of being humble and being in where you are now. And this person sees that you have the potential to transform and be even more powerful. That's awesome. And this person's rooting for you. This person's really rooting for you. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out some tarot cards to further clarify. So friendship, a couple of cards, 1 or 2 cards to clarify friendship. Oh, thank you. Yes, we have 2 of cups. So yeah, they see you as a partner of some sort. again, and this is making me believe that there may be a few of you that does see this, that are asking about a love interest or someone you're romantically interested in. But regardless, whether it's platonic or romantic, this person would describe you as someone who's a perfect partner for them, as somebody who is also worthy of their own and ready. I'm getting worthy and ready of a divine partnership. They would describe you as their soulmate, as someone as a part of their soul family. You're connected spiritually. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at these two. Well, four, but they're two pairs. Yeah, they would say that, describe you as someone that they're very connected to on many levels. And they really, really appreciate the bond and connection you have. Let's move that up a little bit. Okay, and then Manipura in reverse. Clarify Manipura in reverse, please. Oh, that was fast. We have the Hanged Woman. Hanged Woman. This person would describe you as somebody who is spiritual, somebody who has the capability, yeah, again, has the capability. There's a wisdom within you that isn't quite tapped in, and I love how the imagery here, it's like they're both upside down, even though the Hanged Woman is upright technically, but in terms of the image, they're both upside down. And so this person would describe you as someone who has a very unique perspective. You see things differently from other people. And maybe that's why you doubt yourself sometimes and you aren't as confident in presenting your ideas with more people. So this person sees it perhaps because you are very close. However, they see that perhaps you aren't as confident presenting yourself authentically to the general public or other people in your life because you do think differently. Hanged Woman is represented by the sign of Pisces, which can be seen as like a weirdo at times, psychic weirdo. I'm not saying you're weird. I don't think this person would describe you as, well, they would describe you as weird in terms of the general public and society. Like, you are weird just because you're different. And they see that perhaps you've learned to hide your authentic self because it may have gotten you into troubles or conflict with other people. Maybe you were hurt when you were being authentic and or rejected in some sort, and so that caused you to not feel as confident being yourself with a lot of people. But this person, yeah, they see you as different, and they like that about you. They really, really like that about you. What an awesome person we're asking about. I want to be their friend. Alright, so let's pull some cards for the dragon. There's a dragon here. Describe you. How would group one's person describe them? Oh, thank you. This one came out sideways, but I feel like reading it this way. So we have Princess of Swords, upright. So this person would see you as somebody who is very sharp. Again, yes, it ties in with this card where it says access Earth's inner wisdom. You are very perceptive. This person would describe you as very perceptive, and because you're so perceptive and are able to see the details in things, that's what makes you so wise and intelligent, because you just pick up on the little details that not many people would see. And again, perhaps why the reason, like, you having this perception, this sharp perception and point of view, that's what makes you weird, because you see things that most people don't. And that's the only reason why you're weird. That's how this person describes you. Sorry if that it's coming off like very brash and bluntly, but this is how this person, and again, it's coming from this person's higher self. So they're saying that you're weird in the most highest level, like it's with respect, like they respect that you're weird and different, and they wish that you would put it out more. So yeah, with the Princess of Swords, it's like they also see that you're open to learn. You have like this beginner's mindset, open mindset, growth mindset. And again, you're very humble. You don't see yourself as the most intelligent person in the room, even though, again, this person would think that you can claim that in many situations. They would say that you can claim that you are the smartest person in a room. However, you don't. You see yourself as this page, this princess, rather than a king or knight or queen. And they see that, like, because you claim this position and role, it gives you a perspective that isn't blocked by ego. The ego that you are greater. But again, there needs to be a balance. So they do see that you have this strong ego, but it's the ego that doesn't believe in your power, in your worth as much as you can. And then let's pull some tarot for the snake. Why is the snake here? Oh, thank you. Okay, there's 3 cards. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Wands in reverse, and then the King of Pentacles. Okay, so this person would... Okay, I'm getting multiple things. Yes, so this person, again, sees you as somebody who has the power and potential to be in power. Okay, I'm getting multiple things, so I'm going to try to present them, as many of them as possible. So the first thing that's coming to mind is this person sees you having many potential partners and suitors. Regardless of your gender, I'm looking at this Knight and this King as people that are potentially interested in you. And with the Kundalini rising here, it's like not to say that you need a partner for you to rise and elevate yourself. However, more often than not, again, I'm not saying always, it does help to have like a soul partner. Some people may even describe it as the twin flame, in which you can connect with and bring something to the world that no other person individually, no other couple can bring. Only you as a couple, as a pair can bring, just because you have a unique, a very special dynamic. And that's what would bring a special transformation and again create something very, very powerful. And I'm seeing, yeah, this person would describe you as somebody who would do well in and is very deserving of finding love, and not necessarily love, but again, a partner that can help you carry all that you do. Ten of Wands in reverse, it's like this person would describe you as someone who works hard and can be overburdened and overworked and burn out at times. And they see that potentially, if there are people that are worthy, that you find worthy of committing to, that would really help you in lightening your load so that you can rise, so that you can transform and create from a place of abundance rather than of tiredness. And then another message I'm getting is, again, you have the potential of becoming someone like the King of Pentacles, who is very steady and headstrong and is content with where they are because they've worked a long time and put in consistent progress to be where they are in their position. And they see that oh, wow. So look at this imagery. It's like there's this Knight of Wands, there's this Ten of Wands. She's like doing a lot. She's doing the most. Holding 10 wands, and then this guy's like holding 1 wand. But he has another hand, so it's like, again, going back to the previous message of like, you can ask for help. Like, this person would wish, if they had a message for you, they would wish that you would ask for more help, and that you're worthy of, again, having a partner who can ease you in whatever way, whether it's actually working with you, whether it's just providing you support financially or emotionally. This person that you're asking about, they would describe you as somebody who should receive some help, who may need some help in some regard. Apply it to you. And again, because you're so humble and have so much humility, you oh, this is another message I'm getting. Perhaps the ego, there is like, it's imbalanced. This person would describe your ego, your solar plexus, as imbalanced. And so this may resonate for only some of you, but perhaps there's like a level of pride here. It's like, you do not ask for help because there's pride, and that's where. So I'm getting a range of things. Some people, the people who chose this group, the person who you're asking about would describe you as someone with an imbalanced ego, and that can go either way. It can either go to the way of pride, and also, which I'm feeling more so, for most people, it's also the ego is imbalanced in the sense that you don't really believe in yourself, and maybe it fluctuates. It fluctuates, and this person would describe you as somebody who may need to balance that somehow, whether that's by asking for help, looking for a partner in some regard. Yeah, this person really cares about you, like I said earlier. They think that you can do so much more. Like, they would describe you as someone who does a lot already, just by what you're doing as it is. However, you can do so much more if you would be willing to ask for help, if you would be willing to receive help. So it goes back to a worthiness thing. This person would describe you as someone worthy of receiving help and aid and support. Okay, I'm going to pull out some final cards. Just final messages from your person. What would they say to you? What would Group 1's person say to them at this moment? Oh, thank you. Should I take that one? Yes. Okay. Okay, so this card flipped upright rather quickly. We have Judgment. Judgment. Okay, focus. Took a lot of focus there. Interesting. Then Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Yeah, so this person's message is to see yourself more fairly and to see, I'm pointing at the camera, but to see your reflection more accurately so that you can judge yourself more accurately rather than from wherever your ego is. Again, apply it to wherever you are at on the spectrum. try to take a step back. This is the message from your person. Take a step back and really see what you are capable of. What mountains are worth you to carry, to push. See yourself accurately. You are a great friend. You are humble. You are wise. You give really good advice. You have so much potential for power. And again, power is good if you use it with the highest intent for the highest good. And this person sees that you are worthy of that power because you don't want it. So this person would say to you is, you need to see yourself again more precisely, and that good things will come to you if you be yourself more, be yourself authentically, rather than judge yourself based off of how others may have judged you or how you think the world may perceive you, your authentic self. Rather than seeing that, again, step back, because so much will come for you. Abundance, transformation, whatever you want will turn for you. Good things will come when you step and believe in yourself more. That's what this person would say to you. Wow, 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 wow. This person really, really cares about you. They really wish the best for you. Okay, so group 1, amazing reading. You have a wonderful person who cares about you and wishes, again, for your highest good, which is honestly amazing to have in any sort of relationship and connection. So I wish you the best, group 1. If it resonated, please let me know below. If it didn't resonate, that's okay too. It just means it wasn't for you, or it wasn't for you yet. Feel free to pick another pile, another reading, another reader. But regardless, I'll send blessings to you, group 1. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be happy and peaceful. And may you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. May you not suffer. May you be happy. Hello to those who have chosen group 2. This is going to be your reading. We are going to describe you through the eyes of a person you have in mind. We will tap into the highest version of this person. So the message that come out will be from their highest self. Okay, so let's start. We'll move the kyanite up there. And so we have 3 oracle cards for you today, and then we'll pull some additional tarot cards to further clarify. So from the Priestess of Light oracle deck, we have Sacred Purpose, Eternal Flame, Ancestral Legacy. Next we have from the Yogic Path deck, we have Svadhyaya. I'm already getting something here. And then finally, from the Spirit Animal Wisdom Oracle, we have Antelope, New Pathways. Consider whether you are happy on your own path, on your current path. So how would this person describe you, group 2? This person would describe you as somebody who knows themselves. They would describe you as somebody who has a purpose in life. And it's not necessarily, it could be, but it's not necessarily a specific path where, such as like, my purpose is to be a doctor, my purpose is to do this or to be that. It's more so a reason of doing and being. So your purpose, this is just an example, your purpose is to help others. Your purpose is to heal yourself and others, the world, the planet, the environment. Your purpose is to be present. Your purpose is to do shadow work. You have a purpose, this person would say about you. And you know, because you know your purpose, it gives you meaning in your life. And it gives you a direction and kind of like a compass. This person would describe you as someone who has your own inner compass that guides you through every direction you make. It guides you through the choices and actions you choose to take. And perhaps your purpose is related to your family, something that's gone on with your family through generations. It could be either something that you chose to continue and follow, or the opposite, you chose to cut away from. You don't want to be like how your family, your ancestor, your traditions. It's either or. So I'm getting both and apply it to you. So your purpose is tied to, or it was developed and rooted from your family and your ancestors. And with Svadhyaya here, Svadhyaya is niyama. Yama or niyama? I'll place it in the caption. I'll place a little caption. So it's a yama or niyama, which is one of the 8 limbs of yoga. And I think it's a niyama. But again, I'll put it here to be sure. Svadhyaya is not only self-study, most people would describe it as self-study. However, it's also studying sacred text. So knowing the wisdom of ancient knowledge, ancient ancestors. Ooh, yeah, and we're getting here like ancestral legacy. So this person would describe you as somebody who knows a lot about perhaps religion, philosophy, psychology. I'm not getting a very religious vibe, but that may apply to some people in this group, that perhaps you do have a practice of some sort that allows you to tap into ancient wisdom. And this person would describe you as somebody as spiritual. Yeah, 4-3 reduces down to 7, which is very spiritual number associated with spiritual energy. So this person would describe you as someone who's spiritual. And I saw the time 555 on the clock. So yeah, I think that ties into here with new pathways. Consider whether you're happy on your new path. So yeah, again, your purpose isn't necessarily one specific path. You are open to many changes. Again, 555. Maybe you've been seeing 555 recently. You're open to changing your path if it doesn't align with your purpose, with what you believe in, with your values, because you know, you've studied in some form what is the right thing, what is the highest good for the world, for an individual, for a group of people. You have some sort of knowledge and wisdom as to what is righteous. And so with this intelligence within you, it allows you to, so you're able to reflect. Again, going back to the definition of Svadhyaya being self-reflection, you're able to reflect on what you know and apply it to yourself and your purpose, and using that to guide you as to what path you take. And you understand, this is how the person would describe you. They would describe you as someone who understands that nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. You have this wisdom in you. And so you're able to accept when it's time to move on to something different. Even if what you're currently in, who you're currently with, where you're currently at, even if those things brought you happiness at one point, you understand that there's a time and place for everything, and you have the wisdom to let go of things and not hold on to it. Because again, you have this wisdom, this knowing that letting go is necessary. It's a necessary part of growing, of being happy. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out some tarot cards to further clarify what we have here. So, sacred purpose. Why is sacred purpose here? Oh, thank you. I think that's all we need. Very straightforward. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. We have the world. Yes. So this person would describe you as somebody who is possibly well-traveled. And if it's not in the physical sense, you are well-traveled in your mind. You've explored many different lifetimes and worlds and places. Whether it's physically going to many places and learning about that place, or just from reading a book or watching a movie, a documentary, or talking to people. You have a otherworldly mind is how this person would describe you. And there's you're like on a different level in terms of your culture. You're a cultured person. This person would describe you as someone who is conscious of other people and of the world and how you impact it. So again, this is probably why you do the practices you do, because you know that it makes an impact not only in the world today, but in the world, in the past world, in the future world. You're very conscious. This person would describe you as aware of your surroundings, mindful of, again, how you impact the people around you, how you impact the planet, how you impact present time and future generations. Maybe you look 7 generations ahead to see like how what you do today affects that. It's a Indian American, Native American philosophy view, is to consider how your present actions affect 7 generations prior to you and 7 generations after you. So again, this person will describe you as very mindful and conscious, and you care about everything. You care about life in the world and how you carry on your ancestors' legacy. I'm getting the word preservation too. You're someone who preserves good, preserves righteousness and value. Throw that up here. Okay, Svadhyaya. Svadhyaya, why Svadhyaya? More clarification, messages for Svadhyaya. Oh, cute. This group, your cards are just coming out so straightforward. It's like, yeah, so again, going back to the message of you have a purpose and that's what drives you. Like, this person would describe you as someone who makes very quick decisions because you're so tuned into your inner compass, your inner wisdom. You are very sure. There's a sureness to you. That's why these cards are coming out so quickly. And yeah, yes, with the Emperor here upright, he embodies, regardless of your gender, the energy of the Emperor embodies power in the most benevolent way, in a compassionate way, like leading with compassion. He embodies all four of the kings: the water, the earth, the air, the fire. And using all of these elements, he's able to be a strong leader who is respected. This person respects you a lot. They look up to you. They trust you. They trust the wisdom you have to share. They trust that you know what is right. This person, perhaps they do put you up on a pedestal, but again, this is their highest self. So whether they consciously know this or not, or would say to you in person or not, they see you as somebody who is just a leader, somebody to, what's the word? Not necessarily embody, emulate. They would describe you as somebody that they would want to emulate in some form because they really, really respect how you just stick to what is right. You have morality to you. You don't use your power or your intelligence, your wisdom to undermine anyone or to make anybody else feel less than. You use it from a place of empowerment, in consciousness. Again, you're conscious about how you impact others. Okay, and then for the antelope spirit, let's see. What's the antelope spirit here? Messages for the antelope spirit. What does this person think of group 2? Oh, thank you. Yep, again, straightforward. Okay. Wow, okay, you can't see it yet, but I am not surprised that this has come out. The Hierophant. Yes. Oh my gosh, everything is just aligning. So just to go over everything again, this person would describe you as very wise, someone who knows what they're doing. This person may describe you also as someone who's traditional, but it's traditional in the sense where it's like you follow what has been proven to be the right path. Again, apply it to you. It could be a religion, it could just be your own philosophy and beliefs, it could be your education, but you abide by what you've learned and studied to be excuse me, it's hard for me to say, the tried and true paths you follow. And yeah, so this person, perhaps you've studied different religions or different philosophies from many cultures around the world in different timelines, and every time you learn something, you apply it to yourself. You take what resonates with you and then you practice that, you implement that. That's where the new pathways are. Maybe this person would describe you as someone who doesn't subscribe to one or 2 or even 3 beliefs, but many, many different beliefs and cultures. You study and you see like what worked for this, what will work for me. And you open up, you're very open to these new concepts, which allows you to choose new pathways. And this person would describe you as someone who chooses your own happiness, who prioritizes not only your happiness but also the happiness around you, because you understand that if others around you are happy, if the world is happy, if Earth is happy, then that will make you happy. You understand that everything is connected. Everything is connected. Everything is part of the greater good. And so, again, you take care of yourself. You prioritize your happiness and the happiness of everyone, because you're all connected. You're all related. If one person isn't happy, then that's at your expense. You live consciously. You are not asleep or ignorant to the suffering of the world. This person would describe you as somebody who again, wise is the biggest word here. And it's a joy to be around you, and it's calming and peaceful, because being around you, it's like everything is okay. Everything is okay. Even if there's death, whether literally or metaphorically, even if there's a death in a situation, it's okay, because again, you know that things are temporary, and knowing that things are temporary allows you to be more at peace. And because you're at peace, you're able to see things more clearly and live more happily. Because if we live in worry, it blocks our capability of being content, because we're so concerned about what's going to happen. But you understand that, again, things come and go. Some things you can't hold on to. Nothing you can hold on to. This person, the person you're asking about, would describe you as somebody who understands that you don't own anything. This kind of it's different from the last group, but similar in the sense that this group also has a level of humility and humbleness. You understand that nothing belongs to you on this earth. You have a very balanced ego. Like, you have an ego. Again, we all have an ego, but you use your ego in a more healthy, again, balanced way. It's not overactive, underactive. You know your power. You present it out. You're willing to teach if people come to you. If people open up that pathway to you, you will share what you know and believe in. But you're not the type to, unlike the Emperor in reverse, you will give only if it is asked for. You will lead only if it's needed. And if you are appointed, you aren't forceful in any way, especially with the antelope spirit. This person would describe you as very peaceful. And it's because you have this wisdom and sacred knowledge within you, which I believe the higher self of the person you're asking about believes is rooted, again, many generations before. So let's pull out some final messages from your person. Anything they would like to share with you today. Group 2, what would your person like to say to you at this moment? Okay. Yeah, that was so quick. Okay, so we have, came out this way. So these two came out facing up. This came out facing downward. Six of Cups upright, Three of Pentacles in reverse, and the Strength in reverse. So the message this person has for you is you inspire them. And they, again, going back to trust, they trust you. There's something about feeling there's a familiarity with you, and because of that, they trust you. They trust what you have to offer. And with this trust, again, it inspires them to expand themselves when they don't believe they can. What your person would say to you is sometimes they feel like they don't have power or strength or patience, or they don't feel like they have support, but when they look at you, they see that anything is possible. They see that everything is going to be okay, and they look to you. That's what this person would say to you, is that they really, really look to you as an example, as somebody that they could see and feel hope. You help them feel hopeful just by being who you are. Okay, so that's the messages we have for you. This is how the person you have in mind would describe you. And if it resonated, awesome. Please let me know down below. If it didn't resonate, that's also awesome. It just means the message wasn't for you, or it wasn't for you yet. Feel free to pick another pile, another reading, another reader. But regardless, I wish you well. Best wishes to you, group 2. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. May you not suffer. May you be happy. Thank you. Hello to those who have chosen the 3rd pile, group 3. Welcome to your reading. We are going to describe you in the eyes of the higher self of someone you have in mind. So this person can be a romantic interest, it can be a friend, it can be a parent, a sibling, family, other family members, co-workers, really anybody. And we're going to channel and tap into their higher self. So this would be their higher self describing you. Okay, so let's move your green calcite over here. So we have 3 pre-shuffled oracle cards, and then we'll pull additional tarot cards to further clarify and deliver any more messages. So the first card we have is Grateful Optimism, Joyous View of the Future. Wow, beautiful card. Next we have Shiva in reverse. Okay, you may have came from another video. If you know what I'm talking about, if you've seen this card before in this position, then let me know. I'm very curious. We are tapping to the same collective, so very curious if you chose that pile in another video. And then the last card we have is Otter. Initiations. Be open through the transitional time. Through this transitional time. Lovely. Okay, so Your person would describe you as someone who is open to change, someone who has perhaps transformed a lot, whether it's in your life in general or ever since knowing this person. At least for the time this person has known you, whether it's long or short, they have seen you transform. And I'm getting drastically, like it's a noticeable transformation that especially this person can't miss. I'm not getting exactly what kind of dynamic you have with this person, so I'm guessing that everyone who chose this pile is asking about a different kind of connection. So again, apply it to you, but regardless, this person would describe you as, again, somebody who has made a lot of changes and probably has had to adapt throughout their life. With grateful optimism, this person has seen that you make changes in your life because you know that there is always something better, that it's okay to make changes, even if your current situation isn't necessarily bad or forced you to make changes, or even if it has. Regardless, like this person would describe you as someone who sees the brighter of any situation, of any circumstance. Even if you're in perceived bad conditions or worse circumstances, you still see the positive in it. You still see the silver lining in whatever situation you may be. This person would describe you as someone who is happy and content with where you are. Again, regardless of what people may objectively see your situation as. With Shiva in reverse, this person would describe you as somebody who may not have a clear path or a clear purpose in your life. Perhaps you're still figuring this out. However, you are guided by knowing that you will eventually find what is for you. There's a purpose. Your purpose isn't clearly defined, but just your personality is, I had a word but I lost it. This person would describe you as somebody who is willing to try different things. And if something doesn't work for you, you're willing to change and go through a death and rebirth if necessary. And you're not afraid to face things. Sometimes you may doubt yourself, but at the end of the day, you always go back to this place of hope. That was the word I had. This person would describe you as somebody who is hopeful. Not only hopeful, but also inspires others to be hopeful. In order, initiations. Be open through this transitional time. Yeah, so again, going back to, even if you're in a position where it's not ideal or it's not optimal for you, you know that it'll pass. You know that everything is temporary. This is kind of similar to the last group, but this group is different in the sense that this group is a little lighter. Like, I'm getting more of a full energy as compared to the last group. This group has a wisdom. It's a similar wisdom as the last group, but the wisdom comes from sort of knowing that you don't know. There's a surrender and acceptance of everything. This person would describe you as someone who is easy to be around and a joy to be around. It's like you're the type of person who would say, I don't know, but that's okay. I don't know, and that's a great thing, because that means I have opportunity to learn. Where there's nothing, there's possibility for everything, is something this person would attribute you saying. Which is absolutely awesome. Again, full energy, whereas the last group was more like a wisdom of knowing traditions and it's coming from a place of knowing from experience. This group is, at least the person you're asking about would describe you as somebody who doesn't know but is okay with that. And it's like I said earlier, where there's nothing, there's room for everything. It's that common advice to let go in order to create space. For you, this person would describe you as someone who always has space for change, and that's why you can change so often, because you have space to bring in new possibilities. Be open through this transitional time. You're always open. You're open and optimistic, which allows things to come in. Because when you hold on to things, and I'm saying things very generally because you can apply it to anything, whether it's mental processes, emotions, memories, people. When we hold on to things, it can create blockages and inhibits our potential to bring in something new, something different, something fresh, because we are held down or held back with, again, what we're holding on to. So this person would describe you as somebody who is free to welcome new beginnings, is free to feel joy and happiness because you don't hold on to things. Again, apply that to how it resonates with you. This group is good at surrendering. Awesome. Okay, so let's pull some tarot cards to further clarify. Grateful optimism. Why is grateful optimism here? How would this person describe group 3? Thank you. Ooh, shot up. So we have 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, so again, you're not afraid to change what you've already planted or sown. Maybe even if you're in a career that, this is just an example, even if you're in a career that has already bared fruit, or you're already like deep within it, deep down the path of whatever path you're on, you're willing to change and uproot it and let go of that, if it means, sometimes I'm getting different things, so maybe you just like to do that because you get bored. I'm getting that for some reason. But again, you're not held back by the idea of, I should, you don't hold on to it because because of a fear of starting new. You're totally cool about starting new because you have hope and optimism. So you know that even if I let this go, everything will be okay. Whereas other people, most people may hold on to, I'm getting work and jobs specifically just because of the Pentacles, but again, it could apply to relationships, school, anything really. People may hold on to things because they're afraid to be alone, or they're afraid of it's uncertainty ultimately. People tend to have the fear of being uncertain, and having that fear holds them back from trying new things. And this person would describe you as someone who, again, like the Fool energy, isn't afraid to start from zero again. you're optimistic, you're happy with any amount of money, any amount of company. You're happy with 100 or 0. 100 and 0. You're okay with whatever. Yeah. Smooth this up a little bit. Okay, and then Shiva. Let's see. How would this person describe group 3? Shiva. Oh, thank you. So we have, oh yeah, 10 of Swords upright. Let's move this upward. So, yes. Again, like this person would describe you as somebody who's gone through many endings in your life, possibly even painful endings. And through this experience, yeah, this person has witnessed you go through painful experiences that if anybody else would have gone through, they would have like crumbled and just died and maybe picked up more fears and anxieties. However, with you, like, they've witnessed you go through these things and yet transform yourself and pick up new practices, pick up new purposes, and following this light of optimism that you have in yourself. I'm gonna get one more card for this, actually. But yeah, this person would describe you as somebody, again, who has gone through a lot and has learned from it. Oh, before I pull another card, another thing I'm getting is this person would describe you as somebody who's gone through a lot of things, and again, instead of using it to be fearful and be more timid when approaching new things, that's what's allowed you to be more foolish, because you see that pain is inevitable, suffering is inevitable, so you might as well, do things authentically, be more authentic with yourself, and follow your own path, because you know that inevitably you will, even if you do follow your authentic path, you will be hurt. So it's like, might as well, like, it sounds weird, I hope this makes sense. It might as well be hurt being authentic rather than being hurt being unauthentic. So yeah, this person would describe you as someone who's becoming more authentic because you are allowing yourself to let go of things, to move forward from grief, from hurts from the past. Rather than moving on, you move forward. And the difference is, moving on is, well, maybe both. Maybe you do move on in the sense that you just, like, okay, I'm getting more so that you're moving on from your past. So that means you're able to cut ties with your past experience, your past traumas, if that applies to you, so that you can approach life with optimism and hope, instead of being jaded and dragged down with past experiences, which this person would say you have full warrant, and like you can be tired and jaded and held back, because it's understandable that you would be, because you've gone through objectively painful situations. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more for this Ten of Swords. Oh, thank you. Yes. Yes, exactly. Hanged Woman we have here. So yeah, this experience has made you more of I always think of the hanged woman or hanged man as a wise person, because they choose to shift their perspective, take a step back, shift their perspective to see things differently. This person would describe you as somebody who has a different perspective, which I'm getting common with the groups. So perhaps the general collective of this channel, those of you who choose to watch my readings, you all have a different perspective that is different from the norm of society. Yes, so again, so whereas some people may have gone through painful experiences and suffering, they have chosen to allow that experience to make them fearful, make fearful choices, to be afraid of relationships, to be afraid of starting new, to be afraid of letting go. And those are all choices ultimately. For you, you see things differently. You see the painful experiences you've gone through, and you use that to make you more hopeful, ironically. You do the opposite. You leave situations that have hurt you. And you come from a place of balance and peace rather than fear. And I'm getting the feeling this person would describe you as somebody who's on the process of this. Like perhaps you're still on your healing journey. You're either here already or you're on your healing journey where you're realizing that your past experiences, like they don't define you. Things that happen to you, they don't define you. Someone needs to hear that. Okay, and then here with Otter, let's grab some tarot. The Otter Spirit. How would their person describe group 3? How would this person describe them? Oh, thank you. There's 2 there. I just saw something flip, but I guess not. Okay, so first card we have is Judgment. Wow, we're getting like similar cards coming out in multiple groups. So maybe you chose multiple groups here, or you were asking about different people and then you chose different groups. So perhaps, yeah, there's some resonancy in other groups. Yes, exactly. Yes, so if you asked about another group or you were drawn to another group, check it out if you haven't already. But this person would describe you with the Otter Spirit here as again, I'm getting like, yes, it's the same thing as the last message. Like you've gone through many changes. You've made judgment calls on your situations, and sometimes like, okay, this is another message I'm getting. This person would describe you as somebody who judges your situation, and I'm getting more of the word analyzing. You analyze whatever situation you're in, and that helps you determine whether you stay or whether you move. And most of the time, this person would describe that you've chosen to make changes and move. And so you're good at making changes with where you are. I think this person would describe you as somebody who can probably make better judgments before you make a choice. Like, okay, so before you go on to something new, whether it's a relationship, a job, any situation, they would say that you probably could make better judgments on it before. However, they would also say that you're good at leaving it when you know it's not working out for you. I hope that makes sense too. It makes sense in my head. But yeah, so like, yes. And then with the Two of Cups here in reverse, it's, yeah, going with the same message. It's like perhaps you've been in situations that like you're open to other people, you're open to trying different relationships, you're open to different connections and making new friends perhaps. again, apply it to you. However, this person would say that maybe you don't make the best judgments on that, which is why you've gone through so many changes and so many painful situations, because like the Fool, you don't have much, you don't use your experience to make your next move. You kind of just like take a leap of faith and jump into it, rather than taking time to assess whether this is something that would be more sustainable and long lasting. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. This is just how this person would describe you, is that while you're good at leaving situations that aren't good for you, you don't necessarily take the time to assess before you get in the situation whether it's good for you or not. Which is why, more often than we would like, you find that you do need to leave. But again, when you do find that you do need to leave, it's easy for you. Very interesting. There's like a duality within your nature. It's like, yeah, going back to the message of optimism, like every situation you decide to enter in, you enter with optimism. So again, regardless of whether a situation may end up being unoptimal for you, you still head into it just hoping for the best. Which is beautiful. But again, I think this person would describe you as, again, kind of foolish in that sense. But again, there's wisdom in being a fool. So let's get some messages from this person. What would this person say to group 3 at this moment? What would they say to group 3? Oh, thank you. This one flipped over too. I guess I'll take that one as well. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Five of Wands upright, and the King of Swords upright. Yeah, this person would say to you that you may not have the best of luck in terms of your choices that you've made. Some of the choices you made have led you to have bad luck, and this person would say to tap more into your masculine, logical side, the more analytical part. So perhaps this group, I'm getting this group is more feminine, more tuned into the feminine energy. Just getting that Otter is a water sign. And we have this woman here with the cranes in the back. Shiva in reverse, even though he's a masculine energy, it's in reverse. So the message from your person is to be more discerning. That's the word that's coming out. Be more discerning when you choose your battles. That's what I'm getting with the Five of Wands here. Choose your battles. So again, going back to here, it's like, yeah, you're able to approach situations with a fresh mind and an open heart. However, you could be more judgmental. That's what they're saying. Be judgmental before you go into a situation, before you commit to anything and to anyone, and that'll help you turn your fortune around. They would say to you, perhaps you have experienced a lot of misfortune because you've been choosing the wrong battles of some sort. Let me get one more please. Message from their person. Message from their person. King of Swords. Six of Swords here. Thank you. Nine of Wands. Yeah, going back to picking your battles here. Oh, I picked up the... Yeah. So I'm getting that there is some sort of defensiveness from you. This person's message from you is that you don't have to keep protecting yourself. Oh, a message I'm getting is that you don't need to keep okay, I said you can be more judgmental, but I'm getting also perhaps it's like also overly judgmental. So it's going to be a range depending on who's listening. So apply it to where you're at. A message from this person for some of you in this who chose this group is to be less judgmental. And when you're less judgmental, you won't need to keep making changes in your life. Again, choose your battle. Choose to be more open to what other people have to say and other people's judgment and wisdom too. Because if you keep being defensive and focusing on what isn't right for you and what isn't working, you'll find yourself in misfortune. You'll find yourself in unnecessary conflict and battles. So there's different messages here. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. Alright, so group 3, that's your reading. If it resonated, I'd love to hear how it did in the comments below. If not, that's okay too. That just means the message wasn't for you or it's not for you yet. Feel free to pick another pile, pick another reading, choose another reader. And if you have multiple people in mind, also feel free to check out another pile, thinking about another person. Okay? But regardless, blessings to you, group 3. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be happy and peaceful. May you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. May you not suffer. May you be happy. Thank you. Hi group 4, welcome to your reading. If you chose the citrine crystal, focus. Focus. There we go. This will be your reading. We're going to describe you in the eyes of a person you may have in mind. So this person can be a romantic situation, it can be a friend, family member, coworker, anybody really. Just apply the messages to you. Haven't really been getting specific dynamics in terms of the connections that people are tapping into in the last reading, so that's a good thing. That means that these messages really are coming out generally. So again, apply it to you and your person. So we have oracle cards here. This group actually had the most oracle cards. I just allowed whatever spirit wanted to come out to be included. So with the first card we have, oh, and then I'll pull additional tarot afterwards as well to clarify any further and offer messages from your person. So the first card we have is achievement, effort plus intention. Next we have building your world, creation, expansion, networking. Wow, okay, I'm already getting something for this group. Next we have Tejas. Please correct me in pronunciation. I am not a Sanskrit expert by no means. Next, we have Kangaroo. It says, courage. You are being tested. Have faith and stand in your truth. And then lastly, we have Panther, protection. Consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna scoot these so we can fit them all in. Okay, group 4. The person that you have in mind, they would describe you as somebody who's very inspirational. At least to them. But I'm getting that you inspire so many. Whether you know it or not. Whether you're trying to or not. You have this essence within you that just exudes intellect, intelligence, and that's in many ways. So emotional intelligence, like brain, IQ intelligence, social intelligence, spiritual intelligence. This person just would describe you as somebody who is very tapped in and who knows themselves, very self-assured. They may even describe you as somebody who is self-realized, self-actualized, individuated. They would describe you as someone who's very successful, whether you see yourself as that or not, in whatever you're doing, or at least where you are currently. They would see that the things you've gone through, the things you've achieved, have been successful and have inspired others through the things you've done, things you've created and brought to the world. Yeah. You've achieved things, whether it's on the earthly plane, spiritual plane, emotional plane. They would describe you as somebody who's creative, who is sociable, who knows a lot of people. And I'm getting that for some people who've chosen this group, you may have a platform of some sort, whether it's in your family, in online, it can be small or big, doesn't really matter. There's a group of people that you are connected to that really look up to you and listen to you. Anything you have to say, they will respect and consider. They may not agree, but they will really respect it and know that you're coming from, that you have reasons for why you think a certain way. You are a leader. Yeah, people see, this person would describe you as somebody who leads others, whether it's literally or just by being yourself. Whether you're actually teaching people, and this can show up in many different ways. You can lead people by, again, being a teacher, by actually being a leader of a group, a manager. I'm getting that even if you're asking about a family member, or if you're asking about a romantic situation even, they see you, they would describe you as somebody who takes the lead, who sets the tone. Because there's just this established with divinity within you. Like, I don't think anyone would mess with this group. And it's not because you're scary or intimidating in any way. It's more so you just hold yourself in such a high regard. This person would maybe even hold you up on a pedestal, but it's warranted. Again, we're tapping into the higher self of this person, so they would describe you as somebody who is deserving of respect and honor. Courage, you are being tested. Have faith and stand in your truth. Yeah, so what makes you so dignified? Again, this is how this person would describe you. They would say you are dignified because no matter what is thrown at you, you stand your ground. You stay in your faith. And that's what's allowed you to achieve so much and be successful. And that's what inspires people. It inspires people that you are brave. Like, it's not that you don't have fear, but courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the perseverance despite fear being present. And with the citrine crystal here, it's like you have your solar plexus is balanced. You believe in yourself, which is what allows you to stay true to yourself and fight for what you believe in. I'm not getting fight as in like violence, or I feel very gentle with this group. Like, I don't feel any aggression, and there's just a very this person would describe you as just like this is an exhale. Like, you don't force yourself, you don't force people to respect you, or you don't do things so that people can respect you. You just are. You're being rather than doing. And people, yeah, you're being a leader rather than doing things to be a leader. That's the difference between being and doing, is that you just are, and that's the truth. Rather than when you're doing and trying to be something, it's like it takes more convincing and it's not as authentic because it's not coming from you. It's like you're doing, let me try to explain this differently. Rather than externally portraying this is you internally. It's how this person would describe you. Internally, you are successful. Internally, you are creative. Internally, you stay with your truth and values. Internally, you are intelligent. Rather than outwardly, you don't outwardly, yeah. I hope I explained that okay. Something else might come out later, but let's go on to the Panther here. Panther says protection. Consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. So yeah, so what allows you to be in this power of intellect, this position of leadership without being a leader, or without trying to lead. You're being a leader without trying to lead. It comes from this energy of having boundaries. And I think that's also what people respect about you, and how this person would say you're inspiring, because for a lot of people it's difficult to set boundaries, because a lot of us want to fit in, a lot of us want to be in company, we're afraid to be alone. And so for you to, again, to have faith and stand in your truth, to stand your ground, to be courageous, and sometimes be alone maybe, it's because you have healthy boundaries. And it's not that you have boundaries, that you're so closed off to other people that you're isolated. I'm not getting that at all here. It's more so that you don't live to please people and please others. You are not a people pleaser, is how this person would describe you. But at the same time, you don't disregard people, which is why you have an expansive network and why people look up to you and respect you and go to you as an example and try to emulate you. It's because you're a very balanced person, is what I'm getting here. This person would describe you as very balanced. And again, secure. You're secure within yourself. You don't need outside validation. You don't need, and that's why you don't need to please people, because you don't need their validation. Very cool, group 4. So let's pull out some more tarot cards. Achievement. How would this person describe group 4? Thank you. Hierophant, yes. So you may have chosen another pile. Maybe you're asking about a different person this time, but they may be, the two people you've asked about may be describing you similarly. I'm getting kind of similar energies here, but it is different. So yeah, this person would describe you as somebody who is well established. And again, secure within yourself. Hierophant is Taurus energy, earth energy. So there's a groundedness in you. So whether you're established in your environment, in your home, in your relationships, career, your groundedness is success in the eyes of this person. This person would say you're successful even if you're not high, like in a high position or in your ideal role. Like, I think the state that you're in, the peaceful energy that you emit is successful to this person. Like, that is successful. And that is hard to achieve for a lot of people. So yeah, this person would describe you as somebody who's achieved a state of just equilibrium, and again, like I said in the beginning, self-actualization. And you're clear on why you're here. I feel like I'm tapping into the same people, so please let me know if you've chosen multiple piles. Very, very interesting. Maybe the collective of this channel is just very high vibing people, intelligent, successful people, or will be at least. Okay, so building your world. How would group 4's person describe them? Thank you. It's been the cards coming out has been very deliberate. So I think this person would describe you as like, yeah, it's very similar to another group. I'm not going to say which group, but you'll know if you've listened to that one. There's like, the actions and choices you make are just very like sure and certain, because you have this like security within yourself. You don't have fear when making your choices, because you just know. Third eye energy here, third chakra. 3 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so, and I like how it's clarifying this card, because it says expansion here, which is what the 3 of Wands energy is about. And then with it here, this person would describe you as somebody who has the potential to expand even more. And it's like you're kind of just starting. So yeah, building your world. You're in this constant creative mode of editing your world, your life. You let go, you receive, you take, you give, you cut, you paste. I'm just thinking like literally editing your world. And so you're constantly expanding. And it always seems like there's more for you to do and that you can do. This person would describe you as someone who can do more. and expand more. Interesting. 3, 3, 3, 3 here. Very, very interesting. So that might resonate with you somehow. But yeah, this person would describe you as somebody who has expanded and is constantly expanding in some way or form. Admirable. This person would describe you as admirable. Let's move that a little higher. Tejas. How would group 4's person describe them? Thank you. Okay, yes, thank you very much. So we have the devil. I'm gonna put this like this. Do it like that. So we have the sun and the devil in reverse. 2 more major arcana. So yes, this person just sees you as like, they would describe you as just like high and mighty. They would describe you as someone who has a lot of power and energy and respectable. With the devil in reverse here, Capricorn energy. Just very respectable, and you remain unattached, which is what allows you again to be successful and expand, is because you aren't attached to normal, or not normal, but tendencies. You aren't attached to tendencies, addictions. And this person would describe you as someone who is enlightened and awake, and who is the sun without trying to be the sun. Again, going back to that notion of being rather than doing. Like, whether you're trying to or not, whether you realize it or not, you are this sun emitting energy that inspires, that awakens others, that gives others light. You are a light to many people, at least to this person too. But again, I'm getting for some people in this group, maybe if not all, you are a light to many people, to the world even. You just radiate intelligence, wisdom, patience, success, growth. You enlighten others by being an example of overcoming tendencies, overcoming thought patterns, conditions. So cool, group 4. And then with the kangaroo, courage. How would group 4's person describe them? Oh. How would group 4's person describe them? Thank you. This group's just getting so many cards. So I'm getting that the person you have in mind, they just have a lot of thoughts about you. They may think a lot about you, literally, and they also think highly about you at the same time. So we have Judgment. Wow, this came out in 3 of the 4 piles, so very interesting. And then we also have 7 of Pentacles. Wow, so yeah, you may have chosen multiple piles but asking about different people, but again, the similar energies are coming out. So this person would describe you as somebody who, yes, I'm getting you stand your ground. Again, you stick with what you know is working, what you know is tried and true, and you are open to like face yourself, but not in a self-criticizing way. It's more like you can judge yourself and your situation and stick with it. Like, you see things as they are, is what I'm getting with the Judgment. You see things as they are, rather than, again, what your conditioned mind may have, your ego and conditioned ego may have seen things. And that's what allows you to stick through projects and be successful in them, because you stick through them, because you know that the seed, even though it may take longer than how you want to grow or sprout, you know that that's just part of the process. You don't judge the flower before it blooms. You don't judge the seed before it sprouts. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to. So, and that takes courage. It takes faith and courage to stick through with things, to stick through with people, situations, work, projects. Because you know the truth. Again, you see things as they are. There's like fair, I'm getting fair, even though justice isn't here, but like you see things fairly and clearly. So cool. I love this group. I love all the groups. Every group has like, there's just like similarities, but also their own nuances and differences. And it could be just because we're asking about different people, we're channeling different people's energies. Okay, so lastly, Panther. How would group 4's person describe them? Oh, thank you. Oh, excuse me. So we have 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, so going with the back to the message of Panther, protection, consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. So yeah, you have healthy boundaries. You're okay being by yourself. I think this person would describe you as somebody, perhaps you are more of a lone wolf kind of energy. And I just read a book, it's called Wisdom of the Wolves. I'm not going to get too much into that, but they described how lone wolves, there's a misconception that lone wolves want to be alone and they choose to be alone. But they do choose to be alone. The truth is they choose to be alone, but they become a lone wolf in order to not become a lone wolf. They leave their pack, their home pack, in order to find a mate in which they can create a new pack. So lone wolves don't necessarily want to be alone forever. They just choose to be alone so that they can be free to expand and create their own thing. So this person would describe you as somebody who isn't afraid to be alone, but it's not part of your identity. You're not somebody who avoids connections and avoids sharing your energy with people. You aren't selfish. I mean, not, okay. You are selfish, but it's ultimately for the greater good, because you want to give your energy to people from a place of abundance rather than lack. It's like you understand that you are human and you are limited and you have your limits, so you must limit yourself. Maybe I didn't say that in the most graceful way, but yeah, you are able to put limits on yourself and your energy so that when you do give it to people, it's from a place of, again, abundance, and you can give more than if you were to give your energy freely to more people. It's like quality over quantity kind of thing. You give quality energy rather than giving it to more people. Okay, let me say that again. Quality energy to a limited amount of people rather than your energy to unlimited amount of people, because then you'd have to really ration and you might even burn out. So you will understand this person would describe you as somebody, again, with healthy boundaries, and that's respectable and admirable and inspiring to this person and also many others. Wow, awesome group 4. So finally, I'm going to pull some final messages from your person, just messages that they may have for you at this moment. What would group 4's person want to say to them at this moment? Thank you. One more. One more. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we had the Temperance in reverse, Five of Pentacles upright, and then the Four of Pentacles upright. You've provided some sort of stability for them. That when they felt like they had nothing, when they felt like they were out of balance in their life, within themselves, you being present has allowed them to feel at least some sort of security and some sort of stability, like I said. This person would also say that you don't have to do everything by yourself. That you may... Ooh, it's so interesting because it kind of contradicts like the messages here, but yeah, what this person would say to you, I'm very interested with, there's like 5 balls here, and then I'm looking at them like pentacles, and we have 5 of Pentacles here, and then she's looking towards this Temperance in reverse. So I'm getting that this person would say to you that you help them when they're when they're feeling frustrated and they're feeling imbalanced and they feel like they don't have a lot. You help them feel some groundedness. You remind them that they don't need as much as they need. You inspire them to see themselves as successful too. I'm gonna get one or two more, please. Messages from group force person. Messages from group force person. Thank you. This one flipped over too. Wow. Wow, yes. So that just I was confused because these cards were kind of contradicting like how they saw you, but I'm seeing it more now like this is their energy. This is where they maybe are now, or how they felt for a long time, and then this is how you make them feel. Yeah, that's what I was getting, and I had to pull out extra cards because I wasn't too sure. I was, again, my own human ego, because I'm human too, was seeing, like, was just confused. And so I'm glad I pulled out 2 cards, because yes, I think this person, what their message for you is that they would say that even though, despite what they may be going through, you have been a light for them. Again, with the sun energy, you have been a light for them. You have shown them that it's okay to not have everything. Again, perhaps they're in this state of 5 of Pentacles. You've shown them that there is stability in even just 4 Pentacles. Like, they don't need to necessarily have, and there's like another, I'm just calling them pentacles just because of the imagery. Another one up here, so there's 6 here. So this person's, despite them having 5, they're looking at the 6 here, which is making them feel frustrated and imbalanced in some way, and having that lack mentality. But then you are here on the other side of them, to remind them that 4 is stable, 4 is enough. And that may be foolish to some people. It might be a foolish mindset to say that, oh, less is better. The way you frame it is like, sometimes less is more. Not all the time, but sometimes less is more. And sometimes having less can make you happier because you're not weighed down by what you don't have. That's with the Fool energy here. The 0, depicted by the number 0, it's like, even though you are starting from 0 and you don't have anything, there's possibility for everything. And I said this in another group, so let me know if you're hearing this twice. But yeah, where there's nothing, 0, where there's 0, there's possibility for everything. And again, even with the Magician, I love how we're going from 0 to 1. It's like, yeah, you can start from nothing. And then when you have one thing, when you go from the 0 to 1, like, that's everything. That means you can create everything. Just by going from 0 to 1, I'm getting into math philosophy now, but going from 0 to 1, that's a miracle. The fact that you can go from 0 to 1 means that you can go from 1 to 2, and then from 2 to 3, and then from 3 beyond, on and on until infinity. That's what I'm getting with the Magician energy here. Is that you remind this person, and this person is also reminding you too, is that the fact that you have accomplished and created what you have and expanded as you have means that you are limitless and boundless, and that you can create anything, and you've inspired them to start seeing this way too. Their message is that it's hard for them to believe this now, but you being part of their life, again, regardless of it's romantic or platonic, you being part of their life moves them out of this. You lift them up from this energy to this energy. And that's the best way you can lead others and inspire others, is by bringing them up. And again, because you have healthy boundaries, you can be around this person and people like them, because you don't allow others to bring you down. You're so high in your vibration and stable and secure that you bring others up rather than, again, being dragged down. So yeah, a message this person would say to you is thank you, and to keep going, keep being yourself, because you are a light to so many others, to this person especially. They say thank you. Wow, so awesome, group 4. All of these groups have been awesome. And again, we're tapping into the highest selves of the people you have in mind. So, of course, their higher selves would see the higher good in you too. So yeah, if this resonated, I'd love to hear in the comments below. If it didn't, also love to hear that too. And that's okay, because it just means the message wasn't for you, or it's not for you yet. Feel free to pick another pile, another reading, another reader. And if you had multiple people in mind, also feel free to pick another pile. As I mentioned earlier, that some of the piles have been like correlating with each other, or they are very similar, but also different. So yeah, maybe you can ask about a different person and they may see you similarly, your higher self similarly. But again, they'd have different messages in them too. So yeah, thank you so much, group 4. I'll send you some blessings. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be happy and peaceful. And may you have all you need and live with ease and loving kindness. May you not suffer. May you be happy. Thank you.